So things may not be looking good for theaters in the future, but I'm going to attempt to help this movie make sure it does not. But yep, Tenet could be tasting profit at the movie theaters. We all know Tenet is going to have legs at the theaters. It wasn't going to have the biggest opening of all time. It was going to have like a 10 to 20 million opening because all of the theaters are not open. And I think and it's just Hollywood just doesn't understand. And I think there are many reasons why, you know, there and yeah, the Wonder Woman 1984 and Dune delays are not. I don't think they have delayed the movies just yet. I think they're really waiting for the next few weeks to see if the movies get the this movie does has good legs because really it does not really what really matters, in a virus or stuff like that, is the fact that legs. If people like the movie, people are going to continue watching it, and I think judging based off these scores, of course, this movie has a lower score than freaking Cuties, whereas it's just embarrassing to show how bad and how horrible Hollywood has gotten that this movie is considered worse. It's considered worse than Cuties, but yeah, this is movie. If you have time to go into theaters, and of course they are finally starting to play it in California, which I think is the reason why the box office was so low, because a lot of people in California in all these big cities, can't are refusing to play the movie because they're refusing to reopen the theaters, and I think that's another problem that this movie had is all the major cities, New York, L.A., or San Francisco, Dallas, Austin, New York, of course. I think Chicago's like one of the few big cities that's actually playing this movie. Like and even Chicago, a lot of big theaters in Chicago are still remain closed. So yes, basically, if you are able to see this movie, if you have time to see this movie, I think it's basically. I haven't seen the movie, but basically, if you want, streaming not to take over, basically the garbage Netflix and Disney Plus and all that garbage. Basically, streaming is garbage. I know that is. I think all the people who watch this know that it is garbage. Or when the movie comes out on Blu-ray, get the movie on Blu-ray to tick it up to make sure that streaming is not the only option available, because that's what Hollywood wants to go down. They want to go down the path where you only subscribe to a crappy service like Netflix, and basically you don't really own the movies. They're on for a few months, and basically unless they're exclusive movies or they're owned by the company that owns them, for example Disney Plus and HBO Max, which this will probably be on HBO. I think this will probably be on HBO Max. It's made by Warner Brothers, so yeah, it'll probably end up being on HBO Max. And also another good news for 10 is that LA is finally, and also LA and Florida and some other countries, and sort of more populated areas are finally agreeing in certain theaters to play the movie. So yes, and yeah, there's no real. I don't think they delayed Dune yet, either. They showed the trailer for it, and actually, I have not seen the trailer. But yeah, they haven't really. I haven't really heard any news from people that they have delayed. It still is that December 18th, 2020. It's only a rumor that Dune and Wonder Woman are being delayed. So yeah, that is really it about this. So that's basically it. Goodbye.